It was so loud there. Can't think about.
All right, everybody, what's up? I've heard enough of Nick. I don't know what the heck's he talking about. Kind of confusing after this game. Just seems it almost feels like he brought his children out there with him to shield off any of the tough questions that might be coming towards him. The Eagles won the game, but man, quite frankly, I thought the game was terrible. And I'm not one, like, you win in the National Football League, get a win, style points don't really matter to someone like me. But that game was painful to watch. It was a painful game to watch. I thought the Eagles just, coming off of a bye, they looked ill-prepared. They just, again, they don't score in the first quarter. And for whatever reason, offensively, they just look clunky for most of the game. Game plan, what was it? Don't know. Defensively, I didn't think they were terrible defensively. A couple plays at times where they had some breakdowns or some third downs. But, I mean, obviously Cleveland's offense is so inept. They're horrible. They haven't scored 20 points the entire season. Cleveland, they're the worst third down team in the league. And they gave up Philly's defense, had a couple third downs late in the game. Look, this is a performance that you just can't get behind. It is a terrible performance by this team. And it's one of those things like coming out of a bye, you're healthy. You look up at the scoreboard, 20 points. They seal the game on a play that they probably shouldn't have run. We're all watching it. I'm here, my dad and his friend, and we're at my house, and we're the third down, the clinching play that they call. You're like, what is this? Now, credit A.J. Brown. He makes a great catch, but if he doesn't catch that ball, the clock stops. It's a painful win. It was a painful game. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Another special teams error by this team. Eric, what's up, brother? He says, did you see the picture of the first down Saquon didn't get that led to the blocked field goal? Was astonishing. Yeah, like the whole day, things like that. I mean, just attention to detail. The field goal block. I mean, really, the defense plays a great game today. They give up a touchdown on an extra a field goal getting returned for a touchdown. I don't know what to make of it. Like, I am definitely not one to be like, hey, you got to blame the coach for this, that, and the other thing. But they just look like a team that just wasn't prepared. Didn't have a plan. This is an offense that you brought Kellen Moore in here to change what the offenses look like. The offense looks the same. There's nothing new about what this offense looks like. And I keep yelling every time. I'm like, listen, you have Saquon Barkley as your running back. The guy's awesome. Can these teams please stop running the football with the quarterback in the shotgun? Let the running back get some full steam. Let him get downhill. It's perplexing. Every time the Eagles have some big plays, when do they occur? Get the ball in crossing and let these guys get across the middle. Let them get into open space. Nobody can tackle in this league. Nobody can tackle. So get the players moving and get the ball out in front of them. Let them catch the ball. We keep making this offense about Jalen Hurts. They keep wanting to push the ball down the field with Jalen Hurts. This shouldn't be a Jalen Hurts offense. This should be a Brown, Smith, and Barkley offense with Hurts basically the point guard. Who am I going to get the ball to of those choices? Every time I watch this offense, I keep thinking that the game plan is to make this a Jalen Hurts offense and let him power the ball down the field and let the receivers make plays. No, let the receivers make plays by the quarterback just getting them the ball and then letting them take off. That's where this offense works the best. How they score a touchdown. Smith curls across the field. The corner basically gets picked, and it's smooth sailing. Nobody in this world wants to communicate. Everybody wants to text. There's going to be a breakdown in communication in the secondary if you just cause some havoc. I don't know what Nick Sirianni. I didn't hear a question asked about it. I got out of the thing. He cursed once in front of his children in the post-game presser. I don't know what if he was jawing with the fans after the game. I mean, there's a video of him after the game kind of saying, "Hey, I don't hear you." Who knows what he was saying, but I had seen reports that there were fire Nick chants at halftime of the game. Was he turning around to the fans and saying, "I don't hear"? I mean, if that's the case, and I'm not saying it was, I don't know what he said. If that's the case, you're gone, dude. If I'm the owner of that team and my head coach is jawing with my fan base in that manner, you're gone, dude. Gone. Not a question. Now, listen, I don't know what he said. I don't know. I'd have to ask the players, hey, listen, what was he saying to the fans? Was he having some fun? Was he saying, hey, man, thanks for, because he did say multiple times in the post game today that the fans were a big part of this. Down on the third down, there was an offsides penalty, false start on the offense that moved them back. So if he was like thanking them, like, hey, come on, like, great job, that's a different story. But if he's telling them, I don't hear you saying that, unbelievable. I think this team has so much to clean up. Now, the defense played a decent game. You give up 16 points, you should win. But this offense, the Cleveland offense, is terrible. They're on their third center. The quarterback's awful. They dropped more passes than anyone. They lost the running back. So I don't know what to make of the defense. They got some pressure today. They got some sacks. Great. This offense is just terrible. The Browns' offense is so hard to figure out whether or not no, it's not hard to figure out. Cleveland's terrible. They're terrible. So I don't take much from the defense. They played a good game today. Kudos. The Eagles' offense was dreadful today. The Eagles' game plan was dreadful. Everything about this game, it wasn't fun to watch. I mean, this is the only game I think the political ads were more entertaining than the actual football game. There was a moment in the game when I said, I would actually rather have a political ad thrown at me than continue watching this game. It was really one of the more painful football games that you had to put up with on a beautiful day, by the way, where you could be outside doing anything you want and you're stuck with that game. So what do you guys think? Let us know. You can, if you're watching the show on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on the X platform, you can watch the show on YouTube, which I think is an easier experience because you can watch it on your television. You can interact more on YouTube. So if you are somebody who's watching on the X platform and you want a better viewing experience, I think it's a better viewing experience to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe over there. And then this way you can watch it easier on a smart TV or a smartphone or just on YouTube. And then you'll get an alert whenever we go live on the channel. So we have some people subscribing to the YouTube channel slowly but surely. We're growing that channel. Most of you have been watching on the X platform, which, has been great having everybody. But I think it's a little harder to engage and interact on the YouTube on the X platform than it is on YouTube. I think it's easier to be able to comment if you are watching on YouTube. So just giving you that other option. If you want to be able to comment and be able to kind of get your comments up on the screen, like Eric, he says, then he misses the block on the blitz. Yes, Barkley missed the block on the on a sack on third down there. Barkley, did not have a great game in the rush game. I think Cleveland kind of stacked they kind of stacked the box a lot. They were basically saying, look, Saquon Barkley's not going to beat us today. I think they were basically saying, make Jalen Hurts beat us. I'm at the point with Jalen Hurts too, man. You send some pressure from one side and he has to roll out of the pocket. It's just an incomplete pass. It's something that's going out of bounds. It's something where the field's getting cut and he is ill prepared to figure out what to do. By the way, Mailata hurt in the game. If he's out for any extended amount of time, that'll be interesting to see what they do. That they move Becton to left tackle and move Tyler Steen to right guard if there's an injury for any amount of time there. So that's something that we'll be watching. I am going to finish watching Nick here because I do right where I stopped it. It appeared that he was getting a little heated with with an answer here. I don't know if that's just him mimicking something or what. And then he kind of grabs his child's face. It's been a weird post-game presser. I had to get out of it because I almost felt bad for the guy. Look, I don't really have a big problem with Sirianni. I'm confused by the whole Sirianni thing. I'm not a blame the coach guy in many sports, but in football, the coach is a big deal because he calls every play. Not Nick doesn't call the plays, but coaching in football, I do think has a bigger impact than any other sport. You are prepared by the coach. And right now, this team just does not seem to be prepared. There's way more talent on this team. It's a confusing thing that I give Nick a lot of credit for his first season getting this team to the playoffs. I give Nick a lot of credit for getting this team to a Super Bowl. I give Nick some credit for them getting off to a 10-1 start and winning some games that were ugly and against good teams. They went on the road and beat Kansas City last year. They're now 4-0 out of a bye under Nick Sirianni. But now this game was a game they lost at the end of last year. Seattle, that type of game where they lost this type of game at the end of last year. Now they found a way to hold on and win this one, but it was not a great performance today. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll be live at Ocean Casino at the Fanatics Sportsbook. So come on out and see us over there. If you're watching on the X platform, just hit retweet or repost, I guess they call it now, and the like button. That would be great. And if you could, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll get alerts and live stuff on days like this where we go live before, after Eagles games. There's no Phillies games left. They should have been playing tonight, but that's a whole nother show. And all that good stuff. So we appreciate everybody watching. As always, we'll be live on the radio tomorrow at 2:00, and we will talk to you then on the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN Radio. All right, everybody. Eagles win, but man, it was not a pretty one. And all right, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Have a great one.
You guys have a job to do, and you're going to fixate on one thing, and you're going to be like,